surviving rider join us once he gets healthy enough. I think he's back on the bike after his injury. We are up and running. Here we go, ripping some gears down the start straightaway into about 13th gear as they fly around the first turn, and a pair of riders duking it out for this hole shot. Who is it going to be? Let's see what the transponder says.
Oh, look like it's going to be the number
Morgan.
80. Yes.
He does it again. He's got 2 hole shots to his credit. We've called that name out of Utah. I'm sure he rides around on that RMX series out in Utah that the Bruffs put together. And it's Tace Morgan out of Lehigh, Utah. He finished top 2, I believe, second.
I also saw the number 58 of Hannah Jameson there rolling through, going pretty well.
All right, the number 80 of Tace Morgan. He finished 1. How about that? Megawatt joins us in the tower. He's got a hot dog he's going to smash down his throat real quick here. And then he'll jump on the mic after the 65 class. I've got our apprentice. She is like, I'm like, student becomes teacher. I will just step out of the way. Cassie Thibodeau helping us out here on the 1s and 2s is our good friend Ehab.
It's been a pleasure. I feel like I've learned so much here this week, and unfortunately this is my last day at the ranch. I gotta head back home, but man, have I learned a lot. Looks like we're seeing the yellow flag out in that turn. Hopefully that's just a quick tip over and headed back on their way here soon, but we've got another yellow flag in the following corner.
That's definitely some of our leaders have gone down. You've definitely learned a lot. We sent Jason Wygant to Charlotte, North Carolina, so you don't have to learn any of the bullcrap. You get to learn the good stuff here with Rodney, myself, and Megawatt. So when Jason Wygant returns, it's a good thing you're jumping off the mic because you've learned from the best.
No doubt about that.
Me. We're working on our first lap, the 65 7-9s, the number 80 out of Utah, Tace Morgan. He won the first moto. Let's hope it's not the yellow flag that was a result of a crash for him.
Looks like that's him coming through that turn right now. So he dodged the bullets out there, but somebody else did not, apparently.
You're right. The number 53 in the number 2 spot, and that would be Elliot Bolster. He finished second. So first and second in the first moto, they run 1-2 in this one, and Bolster would like to get up there and flip the script. We've seen it happen in our ladies class. They got 1-2s, 2-1s.
Man, that was quite the battle, and looks like this is stacking up to be the same way with the intensity these kids are riding with on lap 1.
So Brian Spencer up here hanging out with us. We're going to have the blind motocross shootout coming up later this summer, and a $10,000 purse. We got how many blind motocross racers are going to come do that?
Well, I don't know. How many are you willing to pay?
There will be no blind motocross shootout. Blind, not going to happen. Brian, one of our big fans, not of my fan, but he is a fan of motocross, comes out to the tower and hangs out and watches the race, or I should say listens to the race.
Your top 10 coming through lap 1. Your first place rider was the number of 80 of Tace Morgan. Second place, we had Elliot Bolster. Third place, Jackson Vick. Fourth place, Nolan Ford. Fifth place, Braxton Mess. Sixth place, Braden Comfort. Seventh place, Sawyer Geik. Eighth place, Easton Graves. Ninth place, Colt Martin. And 10th place, Alex Campigli.
Campigli, huh? He's a Campigli. Through the 10 commandments we go with our front runners, I should say. I don't think that's quite our leaders. The number 80 of Tace Morgan already out of the shot. He heads left. You just saw him going that way. So Morgan on a roll right now. Butter him up. He's 4 seconds out front. Bolster in the number 2 spot. Jackson Vick is your third place rider, but we are watching the number 70, and that is Jackson Vick. The race for the number 3 spot, there are 5 riders in the mix there. There's the number 4, Braden Comfort, right there behind him. 1, 2, 3 riders all vying for that number 3, 4, and 5 spot finish there. Water trucks now starting to come out. We've got an intermission scheduled next. Not sure how long it will be based on where we are on time. We'll throw some equipment out there, put some water down on the racetrack, punch Brian Spencer in the gut here just for good measure because we can. And our leaders now coming around the big sweeper there, working on our second lap here in the 65 7-9.
The number 4 there got a little swappy coming through that sand, but he held on to it somehow.
Well, he's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so I'm sure he just takes the bike down to the beach there and just sets up a little turn course there, and after about a halfway, oh, there's a rider down. Who is that?
Ooh, is that our leader?
It is the number 80.
Man.
It sure is. Our leader.
Bummer.
Tace Morgan is down off the side of the track. He's got it running again, so some developing news here as Tace Morgan is down. Another rider just went down right beside him. So not sure what's going on in that area. Here comes new life for our second place rider. Should be Elliot Bolster on the 53 machine, and it is. He's up and over the tunnel of love.
And the 44 is down. Wow.
Oh no, the 44 of Nolan Ford goes down. 2 of our top 5 riders right in one spot. First and fourth go down. He's going to try to get back on the bike, going to try to muscle through this one. Nolan Ford, tough break for him, but now look at this. The number 53 looks like a mini Justin Barsha on his little gas. Got the yellow gloves there, looking fresh. It is Elliot Bolster on the 53. He finished second in the first moto. He is out of Cornelius, Oregon.
I mean, we just had some pretty big bikes out on the track. We had the 450C class, followed up by the women's. Then we had the college class, which, I mean, they were ripping. And I think, look at the wheelbase of these little guys right now. I mean, they're working with some deep ruts. And I think that, those little tip overs that we're seeing, they're trying their best. But, man, the conditions might be against them a little bit right now.
Oh, it's absolutely gnarly. So, like we've talked about before, when you're back home and you're looking for a smooth racetrack, because they're the fun ones to ride. Well, I get it. It maybe not as fun when it's super rough, but it prepares you for this Loretta Lynn's track. It's tough.
Yeah, Chad Reed spoke to that a little bit yesterday, and I think with your credibility as well as his, I think that speaks volumes, and that's what's separating this top 5 right now from perhaps the kids further back.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I have credibility because you just lost your credibility saying I have credibility. So Chad gets the credibility. I don't get anything. I don't deserve it. There's the number 4 of Braden Comfort, who now finds himself in a pretty good spot. He's top 3 now for Braden Comfort. We got Mike Burkeen from the AMA. Mike, great week so far, man. Are you enjoying yourself? Any issues there with AMA? Or are you guys having a nice, quiet week?
Now, actually, it's been very quiet and pretty orderly. Great racing. I've had a great week so far.
Well, it ain't over yet. We're getting into the championship hunt now, second, third motos. I'm sure some folks got the wallet ready to go here whenever they're ready to break out the protest. But let's hope we don't even get to that. I would love to go a week of no protests.
Yeah, I'd love to win the lottery. But, hopefully we have the same thing. It's everybody's behaving themselves pretty good inside the fences, and that's my main concern, the inside the fence thing. But you never know. You're right. We're getting into the championship motos, and Friday and Saturday are the time. But we got Richard and Chad here. They're well capable of making sure everybody gets what they need as far as protests, and everybody will get a fair shake, and we'll see how it comes.
Well, we're excited to have the AMA on board. You guys have signed your agreement, I believe, with MX Sports and Loretta Lynn's to kind of continue what you guys have worked on for some 40 years.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't be more excited to have that done. To me personally, this agreement probably takes me through to my retirement from the AMA. So it's one thing that I can be confident that I get to enjoy for the rest of my career.
Yeah, that's a great legacy, man. You were part of putting that all together and making sure that the integrity of our sport and this event continues going forward as we continue watching Elliot Bolster. Thanks, Mike Burkeen. He's up here. He is the seat stiller. This guy can come in there and zap your chair anywhere. Next thing you know, you're sitting in his lap. Like, what happened? That was my chair. Nope, it's Mike Burkeen's chair.
The number of 80 of Tace Morgan, he was down and out for a couple seconds there with the crash that happened, and he's already fought his way back up to 6th place. That shuffled around our top 5, but he might be knocking the door and on his way back in there right now.
Now, that is what championship runs are made of. He went down. He had to crank the bike back up. Tace Morgan, he's up to the number 6 spot. He's got a moto win. He was leading this one, so it's not over just yet. Let's see, Elliot Bolster on the 53 machine. I believe he finished second in the first moto. Yes, so he's in a great spot, obviously. Jackson Vick on the number 70 machine.
He finished 12th last moto.
12th, so Bolster's still in the hunt here. Our 6th place rider, Tace Morgan. Braxton Meese on the number 15. He is in the number 4 spot. He finished 5th, so consistent rides for him. He's got 9 points. As we start thinking about the championship, a couple of riders almost coming together there. And good Lord, that was the number 80 again. It's like, geez.
Yeah, and I think that puts him past the number 15 of Mess. So, that might be putting him into the 4th place position. He might have knocked down 2 passes in 1 lap there.
And we still have plenty of time for this young man here. The number 80 of Tace Morgan. He is coming, folks, on the number 80 machine. Look at him. Oh, bouncer. He just saved that. He used his body to straighten that thing back up, his little 83-pound body, to straighten that little motorcycle right back up. That was a pro-level move, man. That was cool to see him fix that. I would have went completely down. There's a rider down there, the number 4, Braden Comfort. That's going to help out Morgan as well. So Comfort will be passed by Tace Morgan. So things falling back in line here for Tace Morgan.
Puts him back into a podium position at this point, which
now let's say
moments ago,
let's say he goes down and he's upset. He just starts crying, kicking the motorcycle, being all mad. Or he gets up, says, I'm going to go to work. He went with the ladder. He got up, and he is now charging. I believe he's inside the top 4 now. That's got to put him at 3rd because Comfort came through in 3rd. Unbelievable ride here for the number 80 of Tace Morgan.
And it looks like
what a story.
11 seconds off a second, but the way he's riding right now, I wouldn't put it past him to at least At least get there and put his front wheel in.
This may be the salvage job of the week here. Holy cow. The number 80 of Tace Morgan. He goes down, falls outside of the top 5 for sure. He's about 8th. And now he finds himself clawing back into the top 3. So Tace Morgan riding super strong here late in the moto. He's got 10 minutes to do some work here.
Yeah, I stay super impressed by these kids. I mean, when I was between the ages of 7 and 9 riding my dirt bike on the track, I was thinking about what flavor of ice cream I was going to get from the snack shack when I was done. Never mind putting on a charge with that type of intensity and making the moves he's making out on that track right now.
Yeah, that's mental composure right there. That is super impressive. The number 80 of Tace Morgan keeps it all together. He could be frantic. He could be riding wild, crashing 10 times. He's avoided a bunch of pitfalls. We've seen it firsthand. Riders pulling out in front of him. He avoids that. He gets around another rider that stalls the bike. He's just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he just flows. I mean, with this view that we just saw, I mean, he's just flowing in the air through those jumps, riding his moto. I mean, he's riding smooth and fast.
There is Braden Comfort, one rider off of the racetrack. It's not Comfort. He's trying to lash around, throw a rope around the number 80 of Tace Morgan, but he is just kind of riding away. We'll see if Morgan can run down Jackson Vick. Jackson Vick on that number 70. What did we say? He finished 11th?
12th, I think. Yeah.
So this is a great ride for Jackson Vick. He's got a 12th in that first moto, a 2nd here.
Bowser, though, man, he's up there maintaining this on the gas, and
he's got a 2nd in that first moto, so he is really sitting pretty here.
Yep. This would be a good confidence booster for him heading into that 3rd moto, no doubt about that.
Now, if the number 80 can get up and make one more pass on Jackson Vick, that would tie him with Bowser.
I know when we had Jordan Jarvis up here earlier, she spoke a little bit about how that nervousness going into the final moto is there regardless. But, you know, when you're going in with a tie for the championship, she said it elevated it just a little bit more. And if Tace Morgan gets that pass done, I think Bowser and Morgan will both be going into this more amped up than they probably initially would have.
All right. Clicking off the laps as we continue to follow the progress of the number 80, Tace Morgan on that KTM. Up and over the tunnel of love, the little step up there, looks across the starting line, blows a kiss to the fans, into the mechanics area. Wow, find yourself some smooth real estate. We're trying to find our 2nd place rider. Is that the number 70 of Jackson Vick? No, I don't think so just yet. The crowd is behind you, my man. Tace Morgan doing some work. He's got only a 7-second deficit now.
He's knocking it away. And, you know, Maddox Temmerman just clocked the fastest lap of the moto on lap 5, which is pretty notable this late in the moto.
That is a name we have not even said. The number 50 of Maddox Temmerman. He says, you're going to say my name because I will get in that top 10. Great run from Maddox Temmerman.
He finished 3rd last moto. He's working on a 6th right now. And with those lap times, he's trying to better that for sure.
Yeah, he has top 5 aspirations. 2 seconds in front of him sits the number 4, Braden Comfort. So he might be next on the hit list as we watch our 2nd place rider, Jackson Vick. Here's Jackson. You might see the number 80 creep into your picture there. There's our 2nd place rider. There he is. Tace Morgan. Whoa, Morgan goes
my
down.
Gosh, bummer.
Unfortunate error there for Morgan. High sides, the feet come off the pegs as he was making his way towards our 2nd place rider. Can he get the bike back up? There he is. Now, the problem is, can he get it up and running before Mies Comfort? Oh, and he can't crank the bike. He's got to put it in neutral. He continues to fire that bike up. Riders flying past him. There he goes. Oh, no. Disaster for the number 80 of Tace Morgan.
Takes a little bit of a monkey off of Bowser's back for the moment. We'll see where things stack up when the checkered flag flies. But Bowser's running a great moto right now. Vic's sitting in 2nd. We'll get an update, unfortunately, on how many positions Morgan lost on that. But that might open the door for Mess Comfort and Temmerman to kind of knock on the door on the top 5.
100% it will, because Temmerman is absolutely moving. Set the fastest lap of 2:21 on the 5th lap. So I love it when guys do that. They're in shape, steep in the moto. All right, let's see the number 70. That's who we're following. 2nd place rider, Jackson Vick. Here's a rundown of your Elliot Bolster is your leader. Vick is 2nd. Tace Morgan 3rd. Braxton Mies 4th. Morgan is not 3rd anymore. We'll see where he comes through. Comfort Timmerman was 6th. Easton Graves, Colt Martin, Sawyer Geck, and Alex Campigli will round out your top 10, but that will certainly change as we still have 5 more minutes to go. The world's longest moto, man. The highs, the lows. It's a 300-page novel here, folks. So there is Morgan. I can see him. He's got the number 11 behind him. So that is Easton Graves. So he has slipped back to the number 6 spot. There's the 4 of Comfort. He's got several riders, though, right directly in front of him does Tace Morgan. So he's got a shot. There he is, right? He's got 4 guys right in front of him. He could easily be 4th again in here in about 13 seconds.
Yeah, completely agree. That's a really close battle settling in right there.
He's like, how many times am I going to have to pass these guys? I am so tired of passing you.
A little bit of RJ Hampshire action. We've seen him in that position a lot this year, but man, he's pulled it off and had some overall wins. So someone to look up to and realize that just because you tip it over doesn't mean the race is over.
And that was Cassie Thibodeau that said that, RJ Hampshire. She said that about you.
And then I followed it up with how great he's finished this fight.
No, you did it right. That's exactly right. He knows that. The number 50 of Timmerman has made the pass. He's gotten into the number 4 spot, I believe.
Kevin, it's amazing. It's amazing. We look at some of the obstacles and some of the sections of the track starting to roughen up. It's funny how we're seeing the same thing, but in different portions.
Sure.
In different sections today than we really saw. Some of the ruts back leading into the forest are a little bit deeper. Some of the ones out of the 10 Commandments not quite as deep, that type of thing. And it doesn't look really right now quite as rough as it has been in front of the billboard as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. There's Timmerman, who is working his way around this rough racetrack, and I believe he's all the way up and into the number 4 spot. He's got the number 90 at 47 of Colt Martin right behind him, and then right behind him should be the Tace Morgan. We've said that name so many times, but we've just enjoyed watching him march up after picking himself off the ground twice now. There he is, Tace Morgan. He just won't quit, the number 80 rider. What a stud. So there is Timmerman. There's the 47 of Martin.
Martin is really riding those outside lines. I mean, he makes me change my mind there. But coming down through that sand section and the section prior even, he was trying to make those outside lines work and switch it up compared to the other kids sitting in front of him, which is, I mean, good for him trying to make a different line work.
Up and over. Yeah, you're right. I think all this track is so raceable. If you're good, you can make almost any line work. If you're willing to go in there and go a little bit harder, looking for a mistake maybe out of the competitor in front of you, why not? Here we go. Outside, inside. We've seen guys make passes on inside and outside of the same turn.
Yeah.
There's Timmerman. He's coming right at us here in the announcer's tower on the number 50 Husqvarna. Maddox Timmerman getting down to go time, less than 3 minutes. There is the number 53, your leader, Elliot Bolster. He has already cleared us here. He's heading, trying to figure out where he is on the racetrack.
Looks like he...
Into the 10 Commandments? Wow, what a lead there.
Heck,
that's
yeah.
30 or 40 seconds now.
You've got to wonder what his mechanic is riding on the pit board at this point. Just telling him to maintain
flavor
it.
Ice cream do you want?
Yeah, exactly. Let's celebrate, bud.
Yeah, man. He's going to have a 2-1 Moto score going into that third and final Moto, and his biggest challenger was Tace Morgan, and he was making a run at trying to tie this thing up going into the third Moto, and he still might do it. Good Lord.
Yeah, he is on the move. He is not giving up. He's got heart.
The 53, like we said, looks very similar to Justin Barcia there. Got that foot way up high there. That's proper form there, not dragging it behind him. Right about the radiator height there going into the turns. Now he's got to negotiate a rider in the dead center of the track. Brian Spencer has wandered out into the track. He's blind. We got to get him off the track. Brian, what are you doing, man?
Just wandering around.
Oh, yeah, we'll send it down to our pit reporter, Brian. What do you see?
Absolutely nothing.
All right, he's a blind motocross fan with great pleasure. Way to bring it all back home for us, Brian Spencer.
Looks like 7th through 10th place is kind of shuffled around a little bit. Easton Graves moving up into the 7th spot. Braden Comfort dropping down to 8th. Gage Brown rounding up the 9th. And Tegan Andrews has entered the top 10, entered the chat.
Wow, I mean, it's just been a up and down, falling down the ladder, back up and down affair for some of these guys. But this kid started off in the number 3 spot as we see the white flag comes out. One more lap to go for Elliot Bolster. Bolster looks great up and over that tunnel of love. It's the tunnel of like at this point. He's only 10, so we're not going to go there. It's the 7 to 9 class. It's the tunnel of punch you in the arm. I like you. You know, that's how they show their like.
Exactly.
Over by the mechanics area we go. He's way away from his dad. He doesn't want to hear anything he has to say. You can stick that board as far out as you want. I'm not looking over there at it, Dad.
Yeah.
Elliot Bolster has one more lap to go, Cassie.
And despite not being in a battle right there in first place, he's maintaining it well, but lappers can still play a role, and that's a tough one. He's coming into him thick right now, so just got to make some smart line choices and make sure that he's staying real wide of those lappers, and I think he'll walk this one right home.
I agree. And hey, you know, it's we talked to other riders about late in a moto, you got a big lead, you back it down, and that's when they say they get out of rhythm. That's when problems happen. I'm not seeing that. Bolster is handling business, riding the same race lines. Got a good rhythm going on here on this white flag lap, so he's got it happening. As we watch him, he's on his way to a 2-1 moto score. Things kind of coming into focus for that championship.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be pumped on this ride, and you know, taking advantage of that time. Oh my goodness
serious?
gracious!
The number 80. He goes down for a third time after he had marched back up into the top 5. Tace Morgan has hit the dirt, and they're trying to start that bike. That thing's going to be on eBay, and just got to sell that bike as soon as you leave here. Dang, what a bummer.
For sure. Hopefully he's A-okay over there, but 53 is making his way around and
just his day.
Through that sand section that we've seen him dominate every lap around, it feels like. Doing a great job there, bringing it home.
What a rough racetrack here for these young men as we get ready to bring the equipment out. Put a little water down, a little bit of an intermission coming up. Jeff Emmick has entered the building. I'm sure we're going to chat with him about on-track schools and training wheels. Do you need some training wheels?
Coming
like
across that
a week here.
Last big jump there and making that right-hander. It's going to come one more turn here before he's going to see the checkered flag. Excellent ride by Elliot Bolster. He's going to be pumped, and so is the rest of the crew back at the pit. Checkered
Matty
flag.
Jorgensen, we need to see you to the pits at the at the Racer X office, Racer Production office, MX Sports office. Go to the office. You're in trouble. Not really. Matty Jorgensen, please report to the MX Sports trailer immediately, please. And Cassie, there it is, the checker flag. What a great ride for Elliot Bolster.
A great ride, and he even sealed the deal with a no-footer off of the finish line. A little bit of style to wrap things up. Excellent, excellent ride.
And there is your top 10. Bolster, Jackson Vick second, Braxton Mees third, Maddox Timmerman, I believe. No, he'll get up to second. Whoa, what a finish for Maddox Timmerman. Jackson Vick will finish third, and Colt Martin will finish up in the number 4 spot. We're looking for Braxton Mees. This thing is updating real time. That's pretty cool. And we'll get ready to toss it down to the incomparable Rodney Tomlin and our podium. Bolster, Timmerman, and Vick. That'll do it here from the tower. Congratulations to Elliot Bolster. Rodney?
All righty. Thanks a lot, Kevin Kelly, as we are down here on the podium with Elliot Bolster, a Moto 2 winner here in this 65cc 7 to 9-year-old class, as he accepts the medal, the gold medal there from Miss Riley. And, of course, congratulations to you, Elliot. Had to ride your tail off on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it.
I don't know.
What happened out there?
I just rode clean.
Just rode clean. The bike looks clean. You don't have a lot of work for the mechanic out there, huh?
Yeah.
So how's this set you up for the championship? You doing pretty good?
Yeah.
Pretty pumped?
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. What about that track out there? What are you thinking about this from the first moto to the second moto? You seeing any changes in it?
I don't know. It might have been a little rougher.
A little rougher. All right. Well, who do you want to say thanks to?
The good Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. My mom, my dad, JMC Motorsports, Real Deal Rob, Kevin Windham, Mitch Sherry, 100%, Fly Racing, 60 Helmets, Dunlop, my grandma and grandpa, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. Elliot Bolster taking the Moto Gold here in Moto 2, the 65cc class. Like a rock, man. He's not phased. He's just got a job to do, and he's come out here to win championships. That's exactly what it is. Another rider that's in the hunt and hoping to be able to maybe slow that down by the end of it all. He takes a silver medal. I believe we're going to be saying hello to the number 70 here of Jackson Vick. Huh? Oh, okay. All right. Brax, who is it? All right, so Maddox Timmerman, come on up, buddy. That was a big change in that from the last time I looked, so sorry about that. So we got Maddox, congratulations to you on Moto Silver. So last time I saw, you were looking back in that number 4 position, so tell me a little bit about how you moved up, man.
So So number 70 crashed. Braxton was in front of me too, and then I just stuck behind them. Braxton crashed trying to get 70, and then I got 70, and
Voila, here you are, right?
in this corner right before the sand section, taking that hump on the inside, and I kind of just rode my race off and got second.
Wow, man, good ride, and coming from behind like that, that's pretty impressive, buddy. So keep up the good work. How'd you finish in Moto 1?
In Moto 1, I got 3rd place.
So this is good, man. It's lining you up, putting you in contention for the championship. Who do you want to say thanks to?
Fox, Mika Metals, DT1, Cheat Tear-Offs, DRS, R&D, Mom and Dad, Flow Vision, and all the other sponsors I forgot. Thank you.
Alrighty, Maddox Timmerman sorry about that, taking silver here in the 65cc class. All right, so we got Jackson Vick. Okay, so we got that sorted out. How about put your hands together for 3rd place? He takes home the bronze. Jackson Vick. Wow, buddy. Big turn of events there on that final lap. Kind of snuck up on you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what happened out there. Looked like you had a good race, though.
Yeah, well, found good lines, did not get a very good start. Took the outside right after the corner and passed about half the kids.
Wow, man, that had to make you feel pretty good. Sets you up for the rest of the ride. What was it like out there the rest of the way?
Good, felt smooth, found my flow. Yeah.
All right, man. So putting that together with a good first moto ride, I guess?
Yeah.
Not as good as you wanted, though, huh?
No.
All right, man. Well, you make a statement here in Moto 2. Who do you want to say thanks to?
God, Mom, and Dad, MCT, Roost MX, Tucker Power Sports, JG Vic Consultings, Kathy Vic Counseling, Family, and Quicks Motor Ranch.
All righty, there you go. Jackson Vick taking home the bronze, ladies and gentlemen, here at Loretta Lynn's. Tace Morgan is our Hole Shot Award winner. Tace, you with us? So Tace will be, hopefully, is Tace going to make his way over? All right, he's coming. We'll get him up here in just a moment. It's hard to believe we'll be starting to crown champions here before you know it. This week is certainly flying by without a doubt. All right, here he is. Let's give you the big check right here, right now. He grabs a hole shot here, Moto number 2. Put your hands together for Tace Morgan. Tace, buddy, how'd you make that happen?
Good. I just pulled out to a good jump, and then I crashed a couple times.
Oh, so you sound a little disappointed. You got a good start, but you aren't happy with the way everything else went, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well. How'd you do in the first moto?
Good. I went 1.
You did, sorry?
I went first.
Oh, okay. So where did you end up this moto?
Last?
Did you get last?
I don't know.
Feels like you got last. Well, I'll tell you what. I bet you it turns out to be a little better than what you thought. But congratulations to you, buddy. Who do you want to say thanks to, Tace?
My mom, dad, brother, my sister, Tyler, Attray, Let's Ride, Fly, RMX, Ride and Construction, Throttle Therapy, and my motor builder.
There you go. That's Tace Morgan taking home a motor.